All right, you guys, we just got here. So I am in Suffield, Connecticut, and we're at a place called the Second Chance Shop. Haven't been here in a really long time. This is what it looks like. It's right there, the Chance Shop. So let's head on in, see if the thrifting angels are hanging out here. Actually, this will be a better shot so you can see really well what this looks like. All right, well, let's see what we can go in and find. Hopefully something really good before it gets really hot. Ooh, it's getting hot out here fast. So this is another really cheerful place when you first walk in. It is really well displayed, super clean. You can tell that they have a large staff of volunteers that are cleaning everything and displaying everything really beautifully. This punch bowl was $6. It looked like a punch bowl to me, but didn't have any matching cups or anything. Ooh, this was really beautiful, $12. Those are a pair of glass bookends. I really liked those, very Art Deco. And these golf club glasses, they were not in good condition, but they were super fun. So here's their price list. In case you do live in the area, we are in Suffield, Connecticut. So you can just see the prices even just for the part of the country that I'm in. And they're pretty reasonable for clothing. I thought they were pretty reasonable. But this room that they had full of all kinds of treasures, it was so much fun to see this room. They had it really well organized and displayed. These houses are really popular. Sometimes I pick them up, sometimes not. This lacquer print was really interesting. And then this vintage baby print set. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful set. They were $18 each if you did have a baby room that you were doing in vintage. This blue and white picture was gorgeous, but priced really high. Royal Dalton, $75. Wow, I guess they knew what they had, but that's super high, even at an antique mall. And then right next to it, they had a lovely piece of Blue Danube just for $3. So I don't know. They had some pieces that were really pretty, but their pretty ones were priced really, really high. And then they had some really reasonable priced ones. So this one was $4. I thought that was a really sweet piece. That's a really pretty color blue. Thought that was really sweet. Yeah, and like I said, they just had everything displayed so nicely and everything was very clean. There were at least 4 volunteers there the day that I went, so they're clearly running with a very big staff of volunteers so they can get all this done and have it manageable. Of course, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything amazing like I did in the last small thrift store I was in where I walked past uranium glass. So I'm making sure that I'm checking everything out. There's an overall look. They had some beautiful pieces in here too. I'm going to zero in on the milk glass and on the Lenox. Oh, they had a whole shelf full of beautiful Lenox. Beautiful pieces, and they were all like super reasonably priced. I couldn't believe how little they wanted, $3. And I mean, some of it wasn't that, special, but some of it was really nice pieces. So if you do collect Lenox, they had some great pieces for sale and available. This kind of dove swan piece is a classic. It's kind of like a little key bowl. They only wanted $5 for that. I've seen that go for a lot more. Of course, the one piece I would want to purchase in this shelf was $15. So like I said, they were very selective with what they had and their pricing, but I wasn't going to give up. I was determined to find some treasures. So I made sure to go through everything, and you will see in my haul, I did find some treasures. So, yep. I didn't want that to fall down. They had everything displayed so nicely. This was another really pretty piece of milk glass. It was the grapevine pattern, but they wanted $25 for that. Very high, not a reseller friendly price. So we left that. And I'm just making sure that's not Port Marion. Don't want to miss anything good. Yeah, so lots of pretty pieces in this collection. They had some beautiful artwork as well. and I'm gonna flip through it. I don't really look for too many modern pieces. Sometimes I can sell modern pieces in my store, but what sells the best is very classic and traditional pieces. So I tend not to go for the modern pieces. And what I'm trying to get at is this original painting right here in the back. So this was not a print. This was an oil painting. So I really wanted to get that out and take a look at it. Had a little bit of damage on it, but you couldn't tell from the front that it had a little bit of an indent there. It was well hidden and completely invisible from the front. I was making sure and checking it. And yeah, it was $10, and that was an excellent price for an original piece of art. So I grabbed it. All right, this set of cutlery was beautiful, very beautiful, but I'm going through the shelf first to make sure I don't miss any kind of collectible glassware. I think that's called carnival glass or goofus glass, maybe. I've heard it referred to. $85 for this set of Rogers silver plate. It is beautiful. It is a lovely, lovely set. It'll definitely stand the test of time. It's classic. These candlesticks really do well in my store. These very rustic, primitive, twisted wrought iron candlesticks. I have sold them many times in my store. And I'm looking at this wood piece. Wood sells excellent in my store, but unfortunately it was $24, which was not going to work for me, but it was a lovely piece. Too bad it was priced so high. So we did leave that. And yeah, you can get a nice view of how they have it set up. There's this beautiful fireplace mantle in there, and it was lovely. All right, I'm going to move on to the linens, and this immediately caught my eye. It says 4 for $5, but spoiler alert, I did grab these, and there was actually 5 there, and they looked brand new. They were beautiful, brand new, just pristine white linen, very stiff, like brand new, just starched linen napkins with that beautiful crocheted lace edging. They were stunning, and they were definitely going to come with me. I really thought they were beautiful. And I just want to give you an overview of like the way they had it displayed and merchandised. How fun, how unbelievably fun this store was. It was so bright and cheerful. Again, I can't say enough about the volunteers and how much work they do, because I own my own store, and it's bigger than this store, and I run it completely myself. I can completely appreciate how much work goes into keeping a store this size organized and beautiful and well displayed. Hats off to these lovely ladies. You can tell that they put their heart into it, and they, really volunteer a lot of their time. I wish I had a crew like that working with me. Some days I'm exhausted, I cannot tell you. So this was the other side of the linens. This was more of their household area, where they had shower curtains, window curtains. They had table linens. Now this I wanted, and I totally was going to grab this and just store it for Easter and spring. Pretty sure the price put me off, and that's why I didn't get it. Yeah, $12. I can't sell it for much more than that. That's the price I would put, so that would need to be around $6 for me to grab it. So too much. These pillow shams were super cool. Loved them. That was a good price, $3 each. They were very shabby chic, very cool. I can totally picture those on like a real comfy couch, like in a sunroom, something like that. So those were really cute. All right, well, I didn't find too much, but I did find some really pretty artwork right here, and it was so much fun looking in there. They really do a nice job with decorating their store, and it's really clean, and it goes to a good cause. So yeah, it's fun to visit it. I come here maybe once every, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 months, not a lot, but when I do come, I always find something really pretty. And again, the store is so lovely. It was fun shopping. So anyway, let's load up everything that I got. I can't wait to get home and show you guys everything that I got. Hi guys. All right, well, I am back from my little thrifting adventure to a new little store for you guys to check out, at least virtually with me if you're not from around this area, but I decided to go to a new store that I've never featured on my channel before. It's called the Suffield Second Chance Shop, and they actually have two locations. They have one in Suffield, Connecticut, and they have one in, I believe, Simsbury, Connecticut, which they're both beautiful stores. They're a wonderful nonprofit organization. So yeah, I decided to go there and see what they had, and the Thrifting Angels were definitely hanging out there. I got some really beautiful things. So I am going to get right into it. I am kind of dragging. This is the afternoon of the next day, and I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling really tired. I'm fine. I'm just tired. I think because we've had a lot going on lately, so I'm gonna caffeinate in the afternoon, something I very rarely do, but I feel I need the energy to get through this gorgeous haul because I am super excited about it, and I don't want to be feeling tired while I get all excited about showing you guys all this stuff. All right, so I'm going to kick it off with the most beautiful piece in this whole haul. I love this painting. This is so gorgeous. I love it. So it's an original piece of art, and it does have the signature. I did look it up. I will put the listing for it somewhere here, probably right there. I'll put the listing for it, whatever I find online, because I definitely found this online. I looked it up while I was in there. But yeah, this is beautiful. This is, the artist is, I think it's Robert Cott, Robert something. It's signed in the corner. There you can see, and I paid $10 for it, which to me is a steal. It's an original piece of art. I love the colors. I love the flowers. I love the grayish background and that beautiful, looks like it's in some kind of a brass pot, which is totally wonderful. I love using brass vessels for flowers. So I think I'm going to put this over my mantelpiece and see if I love it there. I'm pretty sure I am. If not, then it might go really well in my office or my bedroom, or maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll keep it for a while and then bring it to the store. But either way, I thought for $10 that this was a stunning piece of artwork. I wonder if you guys agree. Let me know what you think of it. And then as you saw in the footage, they had a ton of glassware. So they had this room that was just completely filled with beautiful vintage and modern home goods and glassware. And I could not believe my luck. I found this stack of milk glass dinner plates. I love them. It was $10 for the whole stack. It is the grapevine pattern, which isn't my top favorite, but I honestly don't think that milk glass dinner plates came in any other pattern. I could be wrong. Maybe there was a lattice pattern, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure that they made legit tableware service pieces with just the grapevine pattern. So I found 10 of these. They're not marked, but that's okay. They're gorgeous. Oh God, I can't wait to set my table with these. I love milk glass. I am going to set my table right away with these milk glass pieces and give you guys a peek at what that looks like. I think it's going to look just beautiful. I'm picturing it in my mind right now. All right, and to go with that beautiful milk glass dinner plates, I found these linen napkins. These are absolutely beautiful. They were, it says 4 for $5, but there's actually 5 here. So I think somebody miscounted. So there really is 5 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5. And they are stunning. I love, 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 love finding linen, real linen napkins with this beautiful crocheted lace on it. Oh, these are stunning, and they're in perfect condition, never used. They're, you know, they look like they're factory pressed. There's not a wrinkle on them. They are stunning. I think that I'm going to set my table with these milk glass dishes in these beautiful napkins. Oh my God, you guys, I think that's gonna look so beautiful. I can't wait to put it together. They also had a ton of Lennox, and I don't know why these are so inexpensive right now, because I love Lennox. I think the creamy color of it and the gold rim that it usually has is timeless and classic. So yeah, these are Lennox pieces. There's the Lennox stamp on that one and the Lennox stamp on that one. And they only had $3. Ooh, $3 marked on each one. And I thought that was really, really low. I mean, I thought Lennox was definitely more, more expensive than that, but I don't know. Yeah, actually, someone wrote in my comments about they started making it in China. And if you look at this Lennox mark, I think this does say made in China. So more than likely, you got to be really careful what pieces you're buying. This one does not, though. This just has the Lennox mark on it without a made in China thing. So just like everything else, I mean, you got to be really careful when you're purchasing that Port Marion, because a lot of that is also made in China. So I'm sure just with everything that used to be amazing, wonderful, and really high quality, you know, the almighty dollar. So they started making it in China. So unfortunately, I'll have to really watch where the pieces are made. I didn't even catch that until just now, and I'm recalling what one of my viewers wrote to me about the Lennox and why it might be devaluing. So I'll just make sure I only pick up the pieces that don't say made in China. But anyway, these were $3 a piece. I think they're timeless and they're classic, and I'll have these for sale in my store next week. So they had some really beautiful pieces of fall decor and glassware. So let me show you these two. I picked up this beautiful, I don't know if what that's referred to as. I'll have to find that online. I'll have to put it right here when I find it. But what a beautiful, from orange to red ombre kind of glass with that beautiful like beaded edge. The handles here have like little balls on them. Oh my God, I love this. This is absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, it's not marked, but it's a really pretty piece. I'm sure it's not that old, but it's so much in the theme for fall. I can totally picture this with maybe some acorns in it, or some other like little fall pieces, maybe some of those little tiny pumpkins or those little filler things you can buy that have tiny pumpkins or seed pods. I think that would look really beautiful. Love the color on that one. And then this pottery piece, oh, by the way, that was $3. This one was $3 as well. That seemed to be their sweet spot for pricing on these little smalls for glassware, was around $3. Their prices, by the way, were really reasonable. I thought that my expectations were really, I was really surprised because I went in there thinking we're in Connecticut, it's probably going to be a little more expensive, but they had really reasonable prices. It was refreshing to see that. They definitely wanted to sell their things. But this pottery piece is gorgeous for fall, that nice mustard color. And look at the bottom of it. It's really unusual. Very cool. So this is a really well-made piece. It's really pretty. I can totally picture this just as like fall decor, maybe on somebody's mantle. You could put some like leaves in it, you know, the faux leaves. You can buy them as a small little bush, like at the dollar store, a sprig or whatever. A couple of those in there would look really pretty on somebody's mantle or bookcase. So I love that. I thought these pieces were great, and I can't wait to get them in the store and style them up, and hopefully somebody falls in love with them. All right, and I also did get 2 more artwork pieces. These 2 are actually matching pieces. Let's see, let me go like that. They're matching, meaning they're in the same frame style, but they're different scenes. So these were $4 a piece, and they're from Canada. It looks like the mark on it is the framing was done in Montreal, Canada. So I cannot tell if these are actual little small watercolors or if they're like a print or a lithograph. I'm not quite sure. But this one depicts like a circle of children with maybe their mom or something like that. And some people standing off to the side, but they're doing like a ring around the rosy kind of thing with a barn. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful scene. And I love this has a little mark on it. I'm going to try to fix that with I had those furniture markers, you know, just to put a little bit of that furniture marker on there to fix that. But these frames are a gorgeous wood. They're like a carved and then a beaded wood here. A beautiful hardwood frame. These definitely have some weight to them, and they're just so precious. They're really sweet. And here's the other one. I really love this scene. This looks like, so this is very Amish looking. Like an Amish scene, maybe? Something like that. A family coming up to a homestead. I can see the stagecoach there and the people all gathered around. So it looks like some kind of an Amish farm scene. And again, it's the same frame with that beautiful carving and beaded wood. I loved these when I saw them. I thought together these would look amazing, you know, in somebody's like den. I can picture these in like a really nice den or family room, you know, just a really beautiful pair that would just, if you had like primitive or maybe farmhouse, I would definitely see this like in a farmhouse, a colonial, primitive, or maybe even just very traditional decor. This as a pair would look really beautiful. Yeah, I really love them. I can't wait to get them for sale in my store. I think I paid $4 each, which was a great price. And I loved them. I thought they were really sweet, really nice. All right, you guys are going to think I'm insane for this next piece, and I might be, but this gorgeous centerpiece. This is like a fall cornucopia. Look at the extravagance of this piece. It is gorgeous to sit on a table, like somebody's tablescape. This was only $7.99. That is such a good price for this. Yeah, I think it sits this way, and it's just a very, you know, large fall, like Thanksgiving cornucopia harvest. I'm sure somebody bought this at Michael's and paid a fortune for it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the pre-made decor in Michael's. It's a fortune. It's literally a fortune. Even if you have a coupon or they mark it down, they get upwards of $50, $60, $75 for things like this. So for $7.99, I'm sure I can sell this for a profit in my store. It is so gorgeous. I cannot wait. I don't know if I have a space big enough to put this out on, but I will find one, and someone's going to absolutely have to have this for their Thanksgiving table. It's going to be like, I have to have this. They're just going to grab it. I think it's funny. I think I took a shot of me back at the car saying, well, I didn't get too much. I didn't buy too much. I'm so used to having like huge hauls, because don't forget, I buy for a store. So if you're new to my channel, I own my own boutique. It's mostly clothing. I sell women's clothing, shoes, handbags, but I also have a whole back room area that's my hard goods, and I definitely consign hard goods, but I definitely source a lot of my own hard goods to sell. It's kind of like my practice for when I do have a booth in an antique mall. I'm sure when I'm retired, I'll want to continue to sell. So it's a good way for me to get that experience. But anyway, I still have a few more things to show you here. And this glass pitcher is one of them. So I grabbed this for $6. I thought that was a really fair price for this. And yeah, it's this beautiful blue glass. I mean, technically this really feels more like a summer item because of the color of that ocean blue, but it was such a good price. I decided to just grab it. Maybe somebody would still want it for now. And I don't know how old or new it might be. It's just a very high quality. I really love the way the handle is on here. That definitely looks like a hand done high quality way of putting a handle on a glass pitcher. So I'm sure it's not anything too extravagant. I don't know. I'll have to look this up. And if I do find it online listed, I'll have to stick it up here in the corner. But for what it was, for $6, I figured, yep, let me grab this. I think it's amazing. I also grabbed this wooden bowl. It was only $5. Doesn't really have a marking on it, but these rough finish wooden bowls are, I've said it many, many times, they're super popular. They sell immediately. Lots of people love this organic modern look and even if you have a vintage house or a traditional or bohemian, this kind of thing, it just goes with everything. It's awesome. So I grabbed that and I'll have that for sale in my store. And then I found, back to Lennox, I found these coasters, a set. They've never been used. And they're these little bird coasters. Let's see. I don't know if they're all the same or they're different birds because they've never been opened. I hate to find out. I guess whoever purchases it at my store will have the pleasure of finding that out. It doesn't really indicate on the back if they're different birds or all the same, but the bird on the front looks like a yellowfinch to me, which are super cute birds. We feed yellowfinches in our yard. We have the thistle that they love to eat. But yeah, so I thought that was really cute and just a nice little small pick-me-up thing. A lot of people buy these actually early in the season if they find and they see a new item in my store. They start picking up Christmas gifts really early, stocking stuffers, gift basket ideas. So I bet you someone's going to pick this up with that in mind as soon as I put it out. Okay, and are you ready for it? The very last thing in my haul is this little guy. Oh my word. And I paid more for him than I normally pay for stuff. I paid $10 for him, but he's so cute. I think he's a nutcracker. So you lift up his tail and he's got little teeth there. His mouth opens up and I think you put a nut right in there and then open it. You crack it right open. Look at him. He's got his hands like he's going to hold the nut. Oh my God. I thought this was so cute. So cute. What a cute little curiosity he is. So he's just he's a little squirrel. He's a little squirrel nutcracker. And I just thought he was just so whimsical and so cute. I mean, you guys wouldn't have left him behind either. I'm positive all of you would have definitely grabbed him. He was just so cute. So I think I'm going to keep this guy. He's probably going to sit somewhere in my bookcase or something. I'll find a little spot for him, but he's adorable. I'm going to add him to my little animal collection, and maybe I'll even give him a try, see if he actually can crack some nuts. He probably can. So I also wanted to show you guys, John and I finally got to go shopping yesterday. He took the day off, and we finally filled up this beautiful urn that you guys saw John and I thrift a couple months ago. We did a big video thrifting the Connecticut shoreline. So we got this at the Goodwill down in Clinton, Connecticut, and we picked up this gorgeous fall cypress tree to put in it. Absolutely stunning. And then we picked up this juniper berry bush. Those are real juniper berries on there. You can actually eat them. Well, not really eat them. You use them for like seasoning. Juniper berries, I'm sure you guys have heard of that as a spice. So we picked those up, and I've got those planted up. We did it together yesterday. This one I already had in this old urn. So yeah, we finally filled up our empty urns. You remember this garden statue head, this cherub head that I got a few videos back from an amazing estate sale that was in Wilbraham, Mass. But yeah, I think I've told you guys many times, we use evergreens. We don't buy annuals, and we have these year over year. Sorry for the noise and the planes. Yeah, so we have those, and then we have that one there in the corner, and we have this one over here in this corner. So the black urns have evergreens in them. So yeah, they stay beautiful year over year over year. I mean, they're all winter long. They're out here, and then come the spring, you're already ready to go. You don't have to buy anything else ever. It's just like a one-time investment. So thought I'd update you guys and show you the bushes we bought for those. All right, well, that is everything I had in my haul. I hope you enjoyed shopping with me at a new little place in Suffield, Connecticut called the Second Chance Shop. And I hope you thought the stuff I picked out was really cute and pretty. I'm gonna probably just keep the picture for now. I'm gonna put it up on my mantle, see how it looks. And my little nutcracker friend, I'm gonna probably keep him. Everything else I'll have for sale in my store next week. And hopefully we sell it quickly. I always hope for that. I've been doing really well. Our numbers have been great. I've been really busy. I'm super grateful for that, and I never take that for granted. If you have your own business and you're like me, selling kind of like that, you know, you start every week at zero, and that, you know, can get to you after a while, but you know, every week it unfolds and you end up being fine and doing well. But just to, you know, when you go in the first thing, when you start your work week and there's, you know, zero, that's where you start from every week. So I'm always grateful when I'm doing really well, super grateful. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps us grow. It helps us with the algorithm. And subscribe if you think we can be friends. I'd love to be friends. Subscribe, and I will see you really soon with my next one.